I love Glockzilla. When I got out of the hospital, that's the trip. Three of these guns are, you know, after my cancer, my surgery. One, two, and three. So in a way, all three of these are kind of like a victory, right? So first and foremost, 10 millimeter. I was in love with 10 millimeter when the moment I found out about it. I found out about 10 millimeter in 2006 or 7. And I hadn't even bought one yet, but I started working as a range master, and there was a guy that worked there named Dan. He's the one who put me on. He was like, "Let me tell you about 10 millimeter." He's an old guy, always wear a cowboy hat, gray hair, beard, looked like a cowboy. Um, and he was a cool guy, but he put me on a 10 millimeter and I studied it. And, when I get into something, I get into it. And I researched it. And finally, I was like, okay, yeah, I want a 10 millimeter. And I shot him, shot him at the range. We had a 10 millimeter. I shot it. We had an EA witness match in 10 millimeter. So I shot the 10. I loved it. I loved the ballistics. I loved all of it. Um, and so, when I got out of the hospital and, um, just kind of got my body okay to move around and clear my mind, I said, all right, I want to get a gun now. And my cousin Art was here, and I started going around looking, and I knew about the Glock 20. I knew about the Glock 29. I had a Glock 29. But I went into the gun store and all of a sudden I seen that long nose. I said, what is that? And guy said, that's a Glock 40. I said, oh, a 40 caliber? He said, no, it's a Glock 40. I said, oh, we got a new gun here. He said, yeah, it's new. And he handed it to me. And when he put this gun in my hand, I looked at that long barrel and I said, you mean to tell me that this new gun you're telling me about, the Glock 40, this is a 10 millimeter, sir? I said, yes, it is. I said, listen to me. I am a 10 millimeter groupie. I am a 10 millimeter guru, but being down with the cancer, I kind of lost my where I was as far as guns are concerned. Look, I as soon as I seen it, I said it's done. I'm buying this gun, and it took me the moment I seen this gun, I had it within 2 weeks. I made money. I mean, I just created. I made money come to me. Like I was getting this gun, and in fact, in fact, I had some like 401k money. Like I dipped in that to grab this gun. No joke. This gun costs what, $750? It's the most expensive um, factory Glock. At the time, at least, it was the most expensive factory. I think it still is. I don't think there's another Glock that factory costs $700. Um, so when I got it, from the rip, it was this isn't going to be a range toy. This isn't going to be a safe queen. I'm carrying this puppy. Okay, I'm carrying him. I knew that from the rip. So I modified this as a concealed carry weapon. I didn't get this and go, you know, everyone put the MOS, got an MOS sight on there. They put a light on there, and and they went hunting. I I took a different approach. I got it stippled, full frame. That's how I like all my pistols. I like the stipple to be full frame. All those borders and all that. That's not for me. When I grip my gun, they get those borders and they do. Well, my hand covers all this. Okay, it covers all that, so I don't need a border. My hand's all across here. Okay, and then if I have to draw it, God forbid, to save my life, ain't no telling where my hands may be on here. I want a full frame stipple. Okay, I'm not. I mean, in person, it's really not bad looking at all. But I wasn't in it for any type of look. It was pure function. I didn't want it to be hoogly oogly, but I didn't really. That wasn't my concern. Research, and I said, this is the most powerful 10 millimeter Glock ever made, mass produced, ever. That's why they call it Glockzilla. A lot of people thought that I didn't make that name up. That it's literally its nickname. Glock calls it that. A lot of people call it that. This is Glockzilla. It is the most powerful pistol Glock has ever made. Why? Well, because it has that much more barrel. And because it has that much more barrel, that bullet's coming out faster. It's creating more kinetic energy than the Glock 20 and the Glock 29. So it is the most powerful handgun Glock has ever made, mass produced. Right? They had the conversion kit for the 50 GI, which I don't remember the ballistics on that right now. And then, of course, you can get a 460 Roland, conversion kits. But as far as produced, mass produced from the factory, most powerful right here. Okay. Like I said, I set it up to conceal carry. I got it stippled. The trigger is sick. Extended. I didn't need to do anything with that. That's perfectly large. That's perfect for me. I can get to it. It's nothing. Um, and so I just did that so I can reach it. Perfect. Stippled. Trigger sick. The sights are, I'm okay with factory sights. I don't have a problem with it because, for one, well, the sights work just fine for me. Number two, I don't use the sights that much. Um, and then, of course, you see here, +2. So I'm carrying 17 rounds, 10 millimeter. That's a whole lot of hate, huh? And so, polish the feed ramp, polish the barrel. Um, I'm sure there's other stuff, but point is, what does it mean to me? It means a lot because it's Glockzilla. It's the most powerful handgun Glock's ever made. I'm a hunter. This is awesome. I can hunt with this specifically. I can use it as my sidearm while I'm hunting. Um, and and then it has this other thing to it that I don't think a lot of people pay attention to. If I get the 60 grain 10 millimeter bullets coming out of this long barrel, we're talking over 2,400 feet per second. We're talking around 2,500 feet per second. That's rifle speed, okay, coming out of a handgun. So, you got to understand, numbers are numbers. Math is math. Fact is what fact is. Opinions is pointless. Um, when I conceal carry this, I am carrying like this beast of a handgun that says, "Yeah, I'm a handgun. Give me the right food, I'll be a self-defense gun for you. Give me the right food, I'll be a hunter for you. Give me the right food and I will play like a rifle for you." That's what this is. And so for me, it is the dominant gun of my concealed carry weapons. Negative? It's big as shit. That's the negative. It's big as a motherfucker. Okay, it's heavy also. And the funny thing is, it's actually lighter than the Glock 20. But still, it's 17 rounds. I load this puppy up with. This baby's heavy, man. All right. Um, it's got 3 pound trigger. This trigger is beautiful. The trigger's sick. But all my triggers are nasty because that's what I do. Um, it means a lot, and I'd be crushed if something happened to it. It's the most powerful, right? It can do so much. It can do pretty much anything. Protect my family. Other thing is, my girlfriend loves having this on her side of the bed. It's funny. I don't know why she chooses this of all of them, but she does. This is what she keeps on the side of her bed. Me, I've got multiple guns on the side of my bed, but she takes this one and it's on the side of her bed. So she's taking a liking to it. So it means a lot. All right.